night in the ceremony, when you look at things through the rearview mirror, you see God's hand and how things work out. And I had never wanted to start a football program. That wasn't anything that I was thinking I was going to end up doing. But my son at the time, BJ, was an 8th grader, and I wanted him to have a Lutheran high school education. And at that point in time, there were no Lutheran high schools in South Dakota, so I was really interested in, okay, what opportunities might exist in Wisconsin. And as God ordained it, in my opinion, I ended up meeting Gary Greenfield, president of the college, and Skip Noon, current AD previous AD at the college, and Paul Knipple, and we talked about the idea of starting football, and man, it's been a great ride. I just think that's been a great blessing for certainly myself and my family.
And for so many folks who probably don't know the story, is that you see shots of Robbie Stadium. This was not there back in 2000, in September of 2000, when the Warriors played their first games. That first game, September of 2000, was down Valley Field.
Valley Field, Marquette's Valley Field, down by Potawatomi Casino right now, down in that area. And we played there for 3 years. And it was really quite a process to end up bringing everything you need to have a football game down to Valley Field every week, every home week of the football season. But we played there for the first 3. And then the 4th season, we ended up playing our games at Wisconsin Lutheran High School, which proximity-wise was much, much better. And then in 2004, we opened the stadium here, and it was great. And as I mentioned last night in the ceremony, it was nip and tuck whether it was going to happen. We were supposed to play our first game in 2004 at home against Valparaiso University, and we weren't done with the field, so we moved it to Valparaiso. 2 weeks later, we end up playing this team, Concordia University, Wisconsin, and as we're running out onto the field to warm up before the game, the people are finishing up the turf and walking off the field. So we were fortunate to get that one in, but since then we've got this beautiful field facility to play in.
And you shared so many of those anecdotes and similar stories last night, being inducted into the Paul F. Knipple Athletics Hall of Fame. And how did you recruit? I mean, I still, and you've talked about it, but it's still just so hard to fathom. Hey, come play for Wisconsin Lutheran College. We don't have a stadium. We don't really have we don't have a practice facility. That first year was, and I don't know if people realize this enough, that first year, 99, the fall of 99, it was just practice. You had a group of guys who knew it's only going to be practice. There will be no games.
Right. We had 25 players that first year to practice. And we practiced for 9 weeks, 3 days a week out at Rainbow Park, a county park a few miles from the college. And we had 25 players based on starting it in 98 and going on around the area recruiting. Probably 10 of those players were students that were already at Wisconsin Lutheran College, and the other 15 were kids that looked at this as an opportunity because we had one thing that no other college had. You're going to play. It was not like I'm making false promises. Well, I don't have anybody, so you're going to play.
You're going to play. You're going to start.
You're going to start. You're going to be a starter as a freshman. And I think that gets some people on board. But I tell you, that those first group of guys, when we get together and we talk about those times, that may be the most close-knit group of guys that we've ever had because they looked at themselves as pioneers, as groundbreakers, like we're getting something special going. And to see where we're at now, for those that were a part of it at the beginning, it's great.
And we should give a tip of the cap to your lovely bride, Kathy, who has been with you that journey every step of the way. I mean, a coach's wife. Unless you're a coach's wife, you don't know what that's like. And she has been by your side and to the highs, the lows, and everything in between on that leap of faith.
Oh, I'm happy to give her a shout out. She's been we've been a football family forever, and she's been the catalyst in all of that. And again, as I mentioned last night, I needed a lot of support. I needed a lot of encouragement when that was going, because there were far more things going challengingly than there were going, oh, this is just going swimmingly. So she's been great, and my kids have been great, and it's been a family affair, no doubt about that.
You know what impressed me last night? And we saw you up there at the podium. Kathy recorded the whole thing. The comments by me, your speech, and with technology, it lives on now forever.
Yeah.
You're going to be playing that at family. You got a big family reunion coming up.
We do have a family
next
reunion.
weekend.
Yes, we do.
I have a feeling that portions of not the whole video might be shown.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It went a little. I kind of bruised it a little bit, but we'll show parts of it, and but that was fun. I didn't realize my wife had that kind of arm strength. She was holding that phone up the whole time. But I look forward to watching that sometime.
So we congratulate.
Thank you very much,
Dennis Miller, now a Hall of Famer, along with Jacob Jodat, Jen Dowden, Abby Mossam Davis, and Jenny Abling-Biebert. The most recent 5 inductees into the newly renamed Paul F. Knipple Wisconsin Lutheran College Athletics Hall of Fame. We are in our second lightning delay in the last, 90 minutes or so. We'll step aside, expecting to begin at around 8:07 or thereabouts. We'll step aside, come back, People's State Bank coverage, extra coverage of Warriors football presented by Legacy Insurance Group.
Drive, discipline, passion, determination, focus, sacrifice, effort. The years on the football field have given me more than just wins. They've taught me values that are now at the heart of Legacy Insurance Group. At Legacy Insurance, dedication, hard work, and honor become real protection for families and businesses across Wisconsin. Legacy Insurance Group, driven to protect your future.
Banking and credit go hand in hand. So why are most bank and credit management apps separate? They don't have to be when you choose the People's State Bank app with built-in My Credit Manager. One app gives you total financial control to build your savings, check balances, even work on raising that credit score. So when it comes to banking and credit, choose the app that does it all. Visit bankpeoples.com today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, Tim, I got all your policies here. Okay, nice. But what if... Covered. Nice. But what if... All set. But what if... Tim, I customized your insurance so you wouldn't have to ask what if. It's simple human sense. Nice.
Ask Insurance Producers Network in southeastern Wisconsin if auto owners make sense for you. The electrical system in your home may not be keeping up. If things aren't working like they're supposed to, don't wait until it's a catastrophe.
That's it.
We're calling Best Electric.
Best Electric can handle any residential job, big or small. All estimates are up front and even include financing options. Mention this ad and receive a complimentary electrical safety inspection with any service call. So don't settle for fine. Connect with the best. Best Electric.
Waiting out our second lightning delay here at Robbie Stadium. And about 10 more minutes or so, we're going to see the teams back out and then a 5-minute warm-up. This is the last game to happen in the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference. As you might imagine, it is 8 o'clock local time. Be surprised if anybody else was still going. At any rate, this delay gives us a chance to just kind of rattle through the NAC scoreboard. This is week 1 of the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference slate. And 3 other games, 3 road victories. St. Norbert College, the Green Knights go on the road, knock off Concordia Chicago 59-28. Warriors, who see Concordia Wisconsin tonight, will see Concordia Chicago next Saturday afternoon here on My 24 at Robbie Stadium. But the Green Knights, who have given the Warriors some fits, certainly in recent years, get a conference opening win over CUC.
A nice one. Frankly, now I haven't dived into the stats at all, so I don't know how it all occurred, but the fact that CUC scored 29 points against St. Norbert's is I'm interested to see how that happened. But I'm not surprised that St. Norbert's won.
Yeah, on the road in Chicago. Eureka 40, Rockford 20. Two teams picked towards the bottom in the preseason poll. If you put a lot of stock into the preseason polls, Eureka goes on the road. A good conference, any road win in conference is a good win, but they double up the Regents at 40-20 there. Probably I would call it a 50-50 game. Looking at it from the Eureka perspective and the Rockford perspective, this is a 50-50 game for us and goes the way of the Red Devils.
Watching them both play last year, I'm surprised at the score. I think that's a great win for Eureka on the road to double them up. That's a really good first game for them.
Okay, I'll be honest. I buried the lead and decided to work my way up to this one. Ladies and gentlemen, let the record show that the defending conference champion Aurora Spartans today saw their 46-game conference winning streak snapped. Benedictine goes to Aurora, mind you, and survives for 36-35, the final score. Impressive in and of itself. Then you factor in, Dennis, that Aurora was up by 18 points going into the fourth quarter. Benedictine scores 19. They take a 1-point lead, 36-35. Aurora at midfield with under a minute to go, trying to get in position for a game-winning field goal. Tyler Atkins, the quarterback for the Spartans, fumbles. Benue takes over. They have to snap it in victory formation. The streak is over. Eagles 36, Aurora 35. That winning streak of 46 straight conference games goes back to October of 2018, and it's done. It's over.
That is an amazing streak. First of all, Don Beebe and that group have done a wonderful job, but that could be a storyline as the conference season continues to roll along. Going to their place, Benedictine going to their place, overcoming 18 points, winning in the fourth quarter. That's amazing. Now, I did look into the stats on that one a little bit just because, how did this happen? And a couple of things jumped out at me. Time of possession, Benedictine almost doubled up. They had 38 minutes to 22 minutes on Aurora, and Aurora only rushed for, I think it was 34 yards. Well, you're not going to win many football games if you're similar with rushing for 34 yards. So hats off to Jim Schrader and Benedictine. They did a great job, but Aurora is still the defending champion. They're a prideful football program. They are not used to losing, so we'll see what happens in subsequent weeks. But that was a wow moment when you pointed that out to me today when I got here.
Aurora will be here at Robbie Stadium at the end of the season. That'll be the home finale in early November. Aurora is 1-2, and just looking at their scores, Dennis, they lose 41-0 at Platteville. They win 35-28 at Mount St. Joseph, and they lose today 36-35. So they have given up 41, 28, and 36 points. We know how potent Don Beebe's offense is and has been since he got there in 2018, 2017. Right now, their defense clearly is leaking to some degree.
It is. And honestly, all of those scores are surprising to me. I'm not surprised that University of Wisconsin-Platteville beat them. But in years past, when they were at their zenith, they weren't losing to Platteville. And even if they did happen to lose to a WEAC school, it was a very close margin of loss. But you're right, they're giving up a lot of points, and that's not an Aurora statistic that we're accustomed to seeing.
And yes, you did hear the name Don Beebe if you're not familiar with the coaching staff and I can understand if you're not at Aurora University. That Don Beebe, the former Packer, the former Buffalo Bill, the former NFL wide receiver, is working into close to maybe 10 years now, maybe 9 years or so as the head coach of the Aurora Spartans. He has built that program into a power. They made it to the semifinals, the national playoff semifinals, just 3 years ago, and they have dominated the NAC really since he got there in 2017. Here, the Warriors are poised to come tumbling out of their locker room once again. This is not a replay. We saw this prior to this most recent delay. Concordia, Wisconsin looking to do the same. By the way, we were going to the scoreboard. Lakeland has the bye. This is a 10-team league, and so we always got one team on the bye, and so it's the Muskies who had it here today, and there you have it. We mentioned the Warriors. Is a big stretch for Wisconsin Lutheran. They'll be home for a month. Today starts a 3-game homestand with a bye week mixed in there for good measure. So you've got home cooking for a month to start conference play. And if you want to do something special, you can try to take advantage of the schedule the way it is, at least in the front half, because it is brutal on the backside with road games.
That is really a wonderful way to look at it, because if you take advantage of it up front, it really leads into the rest of it. But, man, if you stub your toe up front with all the home games, because in a lot of ways they got a challenging schedule down the stretch with late season games, poor weather games typically, and most of them on the road. So we need to get things done here in the next few weeks.
Hoping to get things done here in the next few minutes. Teams should be coming out of their respective locker rooms in the next minute or two, then a 5-minute warm-up, and then football, we hope. Stick with us. More from Robbie Stadium as you're watching continuing Lightning delay coverage, People's State Bank coverage of Warriors football, presented by Legacy Insurance Group.
This isn't just another college.
If you are looking for a university where the professors care about you, you can meet friends who have the same values as you, and you're going to be in a super fun area with a ton of student activities and fun stuff to do, then you want to go to WLC.
This is a place where you'll engage in Christ-centered academics and student life experiences that activate your potential.
Learning here at WLC is incredibly hands-on learning. You get a bunch of different experiences.
You can really balance academics with athletics or fine arts or any extracurriculars.
I don't think a single student here graduates without thinking that they are a Christian leader. You get everything when you come here. You get a wonderful community of people, and you get endless opportunities.
WLC initially was just a college for me, but now it's a home.
Your greatest adventure starts here. Visit WLC.edu/purpose to learn more.
Warm-ups underway. Less than 4 minutes left of warm-ups underway as both teams are back out here under the lights of Robbie Stadium, where we hope to finish this thing uninterrupted. And again, when it comes time for halftime, and we still have 13:22 to go in the second quarter, when it comes time for halftime, it's going to be a 5-minute halftime. Everything is everything you know about college football and timing and all this and that, just throw it out of the window.
Forget it.
We're just going to wing it the rest of the night, Coach.
Forget it.
You made a very good observation. there during that commercial break, and it's worth repeating. Go ahead. Tell everybody what you said.
Well, what I said is, if you're a guy that likes to run out of the tunnel, you're getting a lot of it tonight. I was also thinking that if they were using a smoke machine, they'd probably be out by now. I mean, you don't see this every day.
Coach Tresky trying to fire up those sidelines. He's having fun. I would assume the look on his face means he's also seen the radar, and we're in a good spot in terms of the weather. No, for some guys, Coach, the tunnel run is all they got.
It is.
So,
and all kidding aside, there are guys that get so geeked to run out of a tunnel. So there's probably a lot of happy guys right there.
Here's the thing with the tunnel run, and it could be football, it could be coming out of the basketball, whatever, locker room, whatever. You get yourself so amped up, and then there's the kickoff, and then it's or whatever place,
lightning
or lightning, and then that's great. So all that energy lasted 25 seconds. Now what are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully you have more in the tank than that.
Well, that group right there hoping for a lot in the tank. 7-6, Concordia, Wisconsin leading the Warriors. Scoreless after one quarter, and then in the course of 85 seconds, we saw touchdowns. For the Warriors, it was the senior quarterback getting his first start of 2025, Nate Griffith, on a career-long 41-yard scamper to the south end zone, but didn't take long. 2 plays, 67 yards. And Roman Funk found Jack Bradley on a 52-yarder streaking end zone to the north. And with their PAT good, 7-6 is our score. Pat Miles telling his guys, do not look into the skies.
That's right. That's what
you will not see lightning the rest of the night. Gentlemen, keep your eyes level on the field of play, and we won't be forced to call a lightning delay. But radar looks good. Everybody looking to fine-tune, sharpen up. Wow. 13-22.
You almost forget that the play that led up to this was a holding penalty that took back. Right now you're just starting on the 30 and you're getting going.
Thanks for reminding me. I had forgotten. So we had a combined at least 90 minutes. It's going to be closer to about 2 hours worth of lightning delays with one kickoff in between. And okay, here we go. Let's play football from the 30-yard line. Let's go. I have no more fill material left, so we're going to have to play this game out the rest of the way. Nate Griffith in there at quarterback, a long touchdown run for him. And speaking of runs, Liam Hygis as good as they come, and he's wrapped up out across the 35 to the 36. In all seriousness, though, Dennis, what is the key here after this long layoff as we watch Liam?
Yeah, I think, man, you got to really get yourself back into it because whether you had a 5-minute warm-up or not, you're cooled down. Mentally, you're not where you were before. I think just get yourself refocused.
Hygis, about 32 yards unofficially on the ground. As long as 16. Second down for the Warriors. Out across the 35. This time, Concordia, Wisconsin gets into that backfield and stands him up at the attack. Lost a little bit. It's not often you see Liam Hygis stood up and push back like that, but he was.
Number 96, Sellers, is just such a very, very good football player that you're not often going to be able to run real well on either of the A-gaps, either side of the center. You're going to have to deal with him and then still hope that you can get some things going to the outside.
Second team all-conference honoree in Sellers. That is his fourth tackle for loss on the season to lead the Falcons. Third down and 5. Griffith toss to the sticks. Is the catch made by Drew Mears? It is. It's a pickup of 6. A Best Electric Service first down, and that's the first time Drew has caught a pass in this one.
And again, really nice read by, it's a catch. Really nice read by Griffith. He had a trips bunch to the home side and had one-on-one coverage on the backside.
So the Warriors move the chains. Kohler in motion. Hygis with a seam and a first down run for Liam Hygis. He takes it into Falcons territory before the linebacker Ben Birch made the tackle. You know he's fresh. However he felt before this lengthy delay, that guy's fresh.
He is, and I love his body language. He runs through the line, has a hard end of the run, and gets up with great enthusiasm. Here's their quad formation again, and this is where Nate Griffith scored the touchdown off the last time.
That's 4 targets to the near side. He's going to keep it again, and this time he is not fooled. Duncan Ireland III on the tackle. He was right there climbing up Griff's back.
And that probably, the rain delay or the lightning delay probably helped Concordia regarding that formation, because they had not seen that formation before tonight and had a little bit of a chance to game plan on that during these 90 minutes they were off the field.
Yeah. I suppose it's safe to assume that the coaching staffs and the players weren't just sitting around looking on their phones. They're strategizing and game planning going on during those lengthy delays.
Exactly.
Second and long, and the ball is tipped, and it's an incomplete pass. Logan Hartman, the freshman, able to disrupt that one on a little toss to the flat.
Helps to be 6'4". He had to get up high on that and knock it down, and did a really nice job. What normally you have to do is you have to get somebody to force his hands to come down.
Warriors 3 out of 6 on third downs. This is 3rd and 12, and Griffith is going to step up. Still looking. Toss. Nearly intercepted, probably should have from the Falcons' perspective. You had Khalil Hargrove Collins right there, and Devin Glowicki. Either one of them is jogging off the field thinking we should have picked that one off, and Griff is very fortunate.
Yeah, that was ill-advised. As he's running to the sideline, his best course of action would have been to throw at Coach Tresky on the sideline. That was not what he wanted to do.
Hargrove Collins and Glowicki knocked each other off the ball. Kroll is back with Drew Mears on in punt formation. So after crossing the 50, the Warriors stall, and this is a muff punt. This is loose at the 20, and it looks like the Warriors have secured the football. That is the second takeaway by the Warriors. They had a pick earlier, and now a CUW special teams mistake. And that mistake capitalized on by A.J. Wallach, the junior from Franklin.
Huge play. And Concordia put two catch guys back because Mears was doing such a great job, but he just mishandled it. I don't know if it's the rain or whatever, but
the football at the 20. For the first time today, the Warriors have entered the red zone. Sponsored by Legacy Insurance Group, Colin Amack agent representing Auto Owners Insurance. First time we've said that all night. Warriors at the 20. And they'll run it inside. Hygis bouncing it outside to the edge, to the end zone, to the go-ahead score.
What you see, Liam Hygis' speed right there. He did not have the edge, but his speed got him to the edge. That was just a fine run. You'll see it here on the replay.
Sit Mean Sit Dog Training sponsors the touchdown by Liam Hygis.
He's got defenders right there. There should have an opportunity to get an edge on him. Wonderful run. And Coach Tresky's deciding to go for 2 on it here.
Warriors have had 1 PAT blocked in this game. And Tresky, not sure if all the personnel that he wanted out there for this 2-point conversion was out there, but he'll take the timeout and use this thing. And you're right. I mean, Liam Hygis, there was an extra burst there when he turned that edge and saw that he had something down the sidelines. And that's one area where he wanted to improve upon this season. A little more giddy up. And it's not like he was slow a season ago.
I'm telling you, this kid is a special kid, and he's only a sophomore. He is He is going to continue to get better and better every single game.
Hydges, 10 rushes, 64 yards, and his first score of the ballgame. And now, again, we may see as the Warriors kind of fight through some PAT operational problems, we might see Tresky's preference for the two-point conversion. We're going to see the first one, well, of the season for that matter right now.
Looks like they might be kicking. Are they kicking?
See, I said all that.
Oh, no.
No,
I
they
guess,
got him
okay,
out there.
Okay, all right.
You've got both Carson Kohler and Liam
There it
Hydges
is.
flanked to either side of Nate Griffith with Gordon in motion. And they'll put it in the belly of Kohler, and he'll be ridden down from behind. That time, Caleb Weichel snuffed it out. And so the Warriors, 2 touchdowns, 12 points, and lead it by 5 with 9:35 to go before halftime.
And again, you reflect back on that blocked extra point. Instead of being ahead by a touchdown, when it forces you to go for 2 and you don't make it, a touchdown without an extra point puts them back in the lead. Those are such critical plays.
We have 3 touchdowns in this game. A 3-play drive, a 2-play drive, and a 1-play drive.
Yeah.
And all 3 drives taking up a total of 93 seconds.
Man.
It just has the feeling of this one of those weird nights.
It is.
Already.
93 minutes of delay and 93 seconds of touchdowns.
Dunn Sporting Goods kickoff coming here. Steve Dunn and Eric Dunn and everybody at Dunn Sporting Goods is
wonderful people.
Is enjoying the frequency of kickoffs that we've had tonight. We appreciate their sponsorship and everybody's. Okay. So the Warriors lead it by 5. And Lair on the approach. End over end. Nick Kroll, he's dangerous. Breaks it outside. A penalty flag comes in. Another penalty flag comes in. We may have a pair of infractions on the Kroll return as he's pushed out in front of his bench. This has been a pretty clean game overall. In fact, the Falcons have not been penalized to this point, although that may change here in just a moment. It was Demarius Lewis, the Warriors' special teamer, that eventually pushed Kroll out of bounds.
It's almost always on the receiving team, it seems like. And I hope that continues here.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both by the return team. Holding, number 13, that foul is declined. Holding, number 19, 10 yards from the spot of the foul, first down.
So the Falcons will start just inside their own 20-yard line. When the Warriors led 6-0, Concordia only needed 2 plays to tie, and then with the PAT take the lead. Pugh in at running back, and he'll get the carry. Not much happening there. That time the Warriors front getting a good initial push. Noah Ross, the sophomore linebacker, part of a handful of Warriors. That linebacking core is deep.
That's their strength. Right now, that's their. In fact, their back 7 is their strength right now.
Bashar Thomas, with 21 yards, is the leading rusher for the Concordia Falcons. Officially a loss of 1. Roman Funk can't connect with Kroll.
Little 2-cover action right there. And the safety had to come a long ways off the hash to defend that, but he did a really nice job forcing Funk to have really almost a precise throw in order to get it in there.
Funk now 5 out of 11. A pick and a touchdown for Roman Funk, the junior out of Scottsdale, Arizona. And looking to convert on 3rd and 11. Has a little time running out, directing traffic, looking to hit Pugh. He does out of the backfield. Breaks a tackle. Out across the 30. First down and more. Jacob Pugh into Warriors territory. still breaking tackles, and inside the 30 of Wisconsin Lutheran College. My goodness, on 3rd and 11, it didn't start cleanly for Concordia, Wisconsin. Boy, it sure was pretty on the backside.
Yeah, Funk did a great job on that. The Warriors had a nice twist on well, you won't see it here, but they had a nice twist on top, put immediate pressure on him, and he evaded it and got going, and Pugh did a great job on that as well, carrying the football.
Good weapon out of the backfield. So 1st and 10 after the Best Electric Service first down. This is Ashar Thomas. Pugh gets a breather. Martin on the tackle. Martin on the stop. Inside the red zone. Go the Falcons here. Legacy Insurance Group. Colin Amack agent representing Auto Owners Insurance with the Falcons inside the 20.
2nd and 1, a great down for Concordia.
Thomas in at tailback. Funk takes it out of his belly. Looks to throw. He was looking for Knipple. Martin was in coverage, and there's a penalty flag.
Wow.
Right there.
Well, we can critique it when we see the review here.
So some discussion now as Pat Miles goes for a walk. Warriors only a couple of penalties, 2 for 15 yards up to this point.
Yeah, this will put him down. If this is pass interference, this is going to put him on about the 10-yard line.
This discussion is
it's curious. I'm not
going on a while here.
It's not as straightforward as you would expect.
Mason Knipple, the intended target.
Pass interference on the defense, number 1. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
So the Falcons of CUW inside the 10.
Yeah, it's fair.
They were tangled up.
Yep, I can live with that one.
For a good while. All right, Warriors just scored. Concordia trying to answer.
Man cover. They should be heating it up here a little bit, maybe.
Funk looking end zone, looking for Kroll, and he finds him. And the Falcons have answered and regained the lead. Sit Mean Sit Dog Training sponsors every touchdown.
That was a perfect throw by Funk, and not an easy catch at all by Cowell.
In amongst the raindrops.
That was really well done. That was good defense.
Coverage by Sam Elke.
Yeah, I can't fault the defense or
and
fault
now,
the coverage.
As Concordia looks to try a 2-point conversion. Yeah, personnel issues on the defense of that 2-point conversion. There were Warrior coaches along the near sideline. Now another penalty flag has just been thrown. And that happened in the midst of this timeout. That is curious. We'll see what that is for.
I don't want to speculate too much, but Connor Martin's body language said he may have had a conversation with the official.
Regardless, another personnel little matter there for the Warriors. Remember, they burned their first time out of the first half on their attempt, as it were, for a 2-point conversion, and now they have to burn one here in the defense of a 2-point conversion. Eric Kresge is curious as anybody.
Number 80 on the offense. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. This is number 80's first UNS towards disqualification.
So that is Cameron Pierre, the sophomore from Canyon Country, California, and that happened not even after the play, after the timeout. Let's see if we can, here's the touchdown, first of all. Great connection from Funk to Kroll.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what was going on at all. Like, it must have happened right there when it stopped, when the camera stopped.
Either that or maybe when Pierre's heading back to the sidelines after, and the official heard something.
Yeah.
So they'll tack that on to the kickoff.
Yeah, and this is an important 2-point conversion.
Falcons' first 2-point attempt of the season. Funk has time going back line of the end zone, and nobody's there.
Yeah, really well defended.
Victor Watson Jr. was along that back line, but maybe about 3 or 4 yards from where that ball ended up being thrown. So Concordia with a 13-12 lead.
It's Coach Etter talking to the violator.
Dunn Sporting Goods has been the leader in creating custom apparel in the Milwaukee area since 1982. They create T-shirts, team apparel, spirit wear, and more by screen printing, sublimation embroidery, and other innovative ways. Small family business loves to create strong relationships with their customers that keep them coming back year after year. And with in-house screen printing and embroidery, they're able to keep prices low and turnarounds quick. Dunn Sporting Goods in West Allis, 43 years of creating outstanding apparel.
We are in a position here with the 15-yard penalty. If Carson gets any kind of a typical return, the Warriors have an opportunity to be in great field position to start this drive.
5 plays, 80 yards, 212 is the longest scoring drive in the game. We still do not have a scoring drive longer than 5 plays.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Dunn Sporting Goods kickoff here. Carson Kohler lets it bounce. Will it go out of bounds? It will. He was patient, and it paid off as the Warriors are going to be set up in good shape here. Let's go back to that unsportsmanlike penalty against Cameron Pierre. See if we can't catch it here. You're looking at number 80 as he's jogging off, top right. There you see him turn back. Says something to Connor Martin right there, a gesture of some sort. And look at the official near the goal line. He saw it. He heard it. There's the penalty flag.
Yep, and it looks like he said it, heard it, and kept saying it, and then the official saw it.
There you go. We caught him. The officials caught him.
This is a great decision to replay the down because kicking it out of bounds for them actually worked to their advantage based on where we were standing to field the kick.
You don't see this
all
that often.
No, you don't.
People may think the ball goes out of bounds at a kickoff. You automatically start right there. Yeah, you can decline the penalty and say do it again.
Yeah.
From the 15, mind you. There was that unsportsmanlike penalty and then the kick out of bounds penalty.
Yep.
And they're kicking from the 15. Let's see if Kohler on a low line drive can make something happen from the 30. The sophomore looking to bounce it. He's into Falcons territory. I would say he did indeed make something happen. That is a 30-yard return for Carson Kohler. And the Warriors, now trailing by 1, look to throw their own counter punch with a drive starting in CUW territory.
Yeah, and that was a great decision by the coaching staff to not take the penalty and have them re-kick because they gained about 30 yards on that.
Hydges, 20-yard touchdown run last time the Warriors touched the ball. Little toss. Here's Jamil Gordon. Strung out, trying to turn the corner. Couldn't quite do it. Good lateral speed there for the CUW secondary. Bear White, the freshman, able to go sideline to sideline.
The impressive thing, if we see this on the replay, is those defensive linemen chased them all the way from the middle of the field to the sideline and made the play.
Those big boys.
Oh, my gosh. That's a big play.
T.J. Mitchell, 98, was the first one that kind of got his hands on him. That's a 6'2", 250-pound senior lineman.
That's a nice play.
Second down and 10. Hygis, draw up the middle. Close to a first down. Looks like he might be just a little bit short. That's where Logan Hartman, the freshman linebacker, met him.
Hygis has such a burst. I mean, he runs fast, period, but when there's an opening, it opens up. You just see an extra little gear that he has. Right there.
Closing in on 70 yards here in this first half. Again, at halftime, it will just be a 5-minute break because of 2 lengthy lightning delays here in this first half. Keep that in mind as Hygis breaks an ankle tackle and a first down carry for Liam. Closing in on 80 yards now after that scamper. White again on the stop, and Liam may need a breather by that symbol or that signal. And here comes Tywin McKinney.
And Carson Kohler did just a wonderful job on the lead block right there.
Best Electric first down, courtesy of Liam Hygis. Warriors knocking at the CUW red zone. They're at the 23.
That single coverage on top.
They're going to the top, and that's Mears.
They're going to have to change something there because when we come up in the trip set, they kind of overshift to the trip side, and it gives them single coverage. And unless they bump them or something, those throws are going to be there.
Every red zone visit sponsored by Legacy Insurance Group, Colin Amack agent representing auto owners insurance. Second and short. And again, McKinney is in there at tailback, the junior from Milwaukee. It'll be Tywin's first carry of the night, and as he hits the line of scrimmage, he has stood up. He has ridden back. Duncan Ireland III was one of the white-clad CUW Falcons that met him.
There wasn't much there.
Caleb Weichel also had a piece of him. McKinney had a fumble last week.
Yeah. Yeah, you feel bad for a kid. He comes in for one play and fumbles, and he's not a fumbler. You know, we talked to Coach Tresky about it. He's a sure-handed running back.
Third down now, 3rd and 2. Warriors 3 out of 7 on their third down attempts here in this opening half.
And I would guess this is 4-down territory only because of the problems they've been having with their kicks.
Kohler slot to the right side. Tywin McKinney with hard yards. Still twisting his way. And I think we got the initial indication it will be a first down carry for the former standout at Kingdom Prep. Sellers brought him down. That's not easy, both sides of this equation.
Yep, no doubt. It's a really hard run by Tywin McKinney.
I just getting a breather. No sooner those words out of my mouth than there he is, number 11, back in the backfield. Best Electric Service first down by Tywin McKinney. We approach 3 minutes to play. Second quarter. And now, timeout. Yep. It's the Warriors. 3:19. And the clock is stopped. Warriors' third and final timeout of this first half. Down 13-12. And if you just join us or you've been in and out with our not one but 2 lightning delays, it's a situation where it was scoreless after one quarter. Second quarter, different story. All 25 combined points have occurred here in this second quarter. Both delays have come in this second quarter, which, if they kept records, would go down as the longest second quarter in the history of Division III college football.
And I hope we've already set the record and doesn't extend it at all here in the next 3:19. But we're sitting in a good spot at 1st and 10 where we're sitting on the field. You could tell that, you know, Nate Griffith asked for the repeat of the call with his signal, and so there was a little, like, not sure exactly what you're asking me to do here. So this is probably with 3 minutes left, probably a really good time to use a timeout. And they still have the the 2-minute timeout coming up.
Again, halftime will be merely 5 minutes. So we appreciate that decision.
Boy, we do.
All right, 1st and 10. Warriors trying to regain the lead here. Griff to the edge. Hygis. Touchdown, Warriors. Another one for number 11. And the Warriors forge back in front at 18-13. They have had next to no answers for Liam Hygis. The touchdown sponsored by Sit Mean Sit Dog Training.
You know, everybody contributes on a play like that, but that was a lot of Liam Hygis on this play.
Breaking tackles. Little
At
shoulder
least two
shimmy
there.
there.
At least 2 broken tackles to get in there.
And now the Warriors, who were snuffed out on their prior 2-point conversion, Eric Tresky trying to give his team a 7-point lead, and a penalty flag comes in.
Too many men, or what happened?
It wasn't the play clock. There was still 1 second. Pat Miles.
Illegal substitution on the offense. 12 players on the field. 5-yard penalty. We'll have the try.
Yeah.
So they'll walk it back.
Yeah,
They'll
this
set
is
it down around the 7, right?
Yeah, and when you practice your 2-point plays, you're not practicing from the 7. So I'm thinking the call changes here a little bit by Coach Tresky and maybe more of a traditional play.
Carson Kohler set up that touchdown with that great 30-yard kickoff return. They only had to go 40 for the touchdown. And leading it by 5, Nate Griffith, all kinds of time for the senior. Still scanning. Now throwing. Mears leaping. He's got it.
Wow. That's end of season highlight reel catch. That was wonderful.
Boy, that thing developed so slowly.
It did. Good job for Nate Griffith to keep looking, seeing him. That is a great catch. That is a great play.
You know what it is? It's a captain-to-captain connection.
Wow.
Griffith to Mears, and then Drew walks over and says, "Attaboy." That, I asked you, like 3 hours ago when we did the pregame show. I said, what are the things we should look for with Nate Griffith as a senior veteran quarterback getting his first start? If you were to encapsulate it, it'd be that 2-point conversion. It was all set up by the Liam Hygis scamper. He's been spectacular. He's got 2 scores.
Yeah, but you're right. That's the veteran quarterback with calmness in the pocket, or even in that case outside of the pocket, making just a great throw. And it really seems every week we talk about the plays that Drew Mears makes.
So the Warriors up 7. Dunn Sporting Goods kickoff. And off to the races is Jason Leonard. And he'll get it out across the 30. All right, Concordia, it's your move. That's how we've pretty much played this second quarter.
Yeah, this would be a good time for the defense to get back to their play in the first quarter and slow them down a lot on first down, and then be able to maybe light them up a little bit in the second and third downs.
Roman Funk, 7 out of 12. He has thrown 2 touchdowns and been intercepted 1 time. Bradley in motion. And they'll give it to Jacob Pugh.
They did a nice job that time at just turning him back to the inside. Earlier in the game, that very play, they got the edge and nobody turned him back, and they had a much bigger gain. So that was really a nice play by the D.
Pugh had a 54-yard catch on the Falcons' last drive that eventually led to a touchdown. 2nd down and 5, it's still Pugh. Funk pulls it back. He's got an open man. It's a rolling catch out near the 48-yard line. Nicely done there by Cameron Pierre. Had that unsportsmanlike penalty that cost them. And they're trying to make up for it, or start anyway, with a nice catch and a Best Electric Service first down.
Yeah, that was nicely done. Funk has got great accuracy based, on his stats coming in, and he's showing that tonight again.
Yeah, 68% completion rate for Funk through the first two games. We have hit the 2-minute timeout of this first half. Every 2-minute timeout is sponsored by Today's Dentistry. We're back to Robbie Stadium in just a moment.
The Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference, a collection of 14 private colleges and universities, is proud to be one of the premier NCAA Division III conferences in the Midwest. Our mission is simple but powerful: to put students first, support their academic and athletic success, and prepare them for life beyond college. The NAC is a model for what college athletics should be: competitive, balanced, and student-centered. We are proud of our past, excited about our future, and most of all, proud of the student athletes who make the NAC a launch point for future leaders.
Every chance I get, I gotta make it back to service. I'm just trying to listen to the preacher, but here come the deacon who be asking for a feature.
First and 10 for the Concordia Falcons. First play under the 2-minute timeout. Funk throws in traffic, looking for Leonard. There was double coverage there. Brightson Namutenda got his hand in there.
You bet. That was a nice play. Got it in. No interference. Did a really nice job on that.
Funk was hit as he threw in his right hand. Namutenda's right hand. Elke down there, bracketing in coverage. Second down for Concordia.
Empty backfield. This first time we've seen this. And it looks like we're manned up, so we can't make a mistake. He might be getting him out of that.
He does. He moves Ashar Thomas into the backfield.
Yep. And we're not in man anymore. We went back to zone.
Funk, Rainbows.
Picked off.
You nailed it, Coach. It's Connor Martin, his second of this first half.
There's an excited Coach Donovan right there. Yeah. Is that 3 turnovers for the day?
2 picks and the muff punch.
Yeah, 3 turnovers.
Somebody told me these things come in bunches. Leonard was the intended target. Leonard ended up being more or less a defensive back. And Martin, his second pick of this first half. Yep,
yeah,
2 of them.
That was great.
And the DC.
He's excited.
All over it.
I know him pretty well, and he's not the most excitable guy, but he's pretty excited right there.
I don't know that I've ever seen him.
Yeah.
In that situation.
Well, this is Concordia.
Right there. All right. Third takeaway by the Warriors in this first half as Hygis is deployed to catch this one out of the backfield. And it'll take several CUW Falcons to bring him down, and he's out across the 25, near the 26. We'll give credit to Amari Waldron and a couple other Falcons to bring him down as we hit 90 seconds to go here in this first half. Remember, the Warriors have already burned all 3 timeouts, so they can't stop the clock in that respect. Look out from behind. Griffith steps away. Now slides, takes a hit. And here comes the penalty flag. Let's make sure Griffith is okay. Hygis helps him up. And after that run, we'll be able to tack on, the Warriors will be able to tack on 15 additional yards.
Yeah, that's, as a coach, that's one of those penalties that absolutely drives you crazy. Every single person in the stands and on the sidelines knows you can't do that when the quarterback gives himself up.
4th penalty against CUW in this first half I got that for 45 yards. 4 for 45. And it really wasn't even close. He had
No.
long since given
No.
himself up and started to go into his slide.
He must be. I don't know. Yeah.
Discussing with Eric Tresky. Targeting, maybe? We'll see.
Personal foul. Number 4 on the defense. 15 yards from the end of the run. By rule, Wisconsin-Lutheran has a choice to start the clock on the snap or on the ready for play. It'll start on the snap.
So that last part there was the discussion
Yeah.
with Coach Tresky. Here we go, and you can be the judge at home. Griffith goes down there, and there it was shoulder to helmet, as it were. Max Michanski, the sophomore from Chicago, the linebacker, had a good first quarter. We called his name a few times in the opening frame, and we call it here for all the wrong reasons from his perspective.
Because Wisconsin-Lutheran is leading, it's going to have to start on my ready. The clock will start on my whistle.
All right, Mr. Miles. From the 42, 1st and 10, low snap. Griffith sets up, throws deep, looking, Hygis, he's got it. Nope.
Oh, man.
Out of bounds.
Oh, man.
Made the catch, but out of bounds.
We'll see. You only need one. Let's see. Looks like Liam might be shaken up a little bit.
There's the catch. Boy, that right
Oh,
foot.
boy.
Unless,
that's-
it came out there.
Oh, did it?
There it
Oh,
is.
All right. All right.
Dare I use the phrase, complete the process
Yeah.
of the
No.
catch. If it
I
doesn't
hope-
pop out, I think they give it to him, right?
Yep, I do. His foot was down.
Sure looked that way. 2nd down. McKinney out of the backfield. And out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. Khalil Hargrove Collins and Caden Husings.
Nate Griffith at quarterback is really doing a nice job. I mean, he looked downfield on that one. There was nothing there. He had the check down to Ty Wynn McKinney in the flat. Didn't gain many yards, but again, he's playing with a lot of confidence, and that's gonna go a long ways as this game progresses.
Second catch of the season for Tywin McKinney. 3rd down and 10. And Griffith has been selectively effective with his feet in this half. And that's another example of it right there. It's a 1st down run for the quarterback, Nate Griffith. Duncan Ireland, the third, met him.
And they really need to be aware of the clock. I mean, they got 49 seconds left. No timeouts. They got to be rolling here.
Under 2 minutes. Clock still stops on 1st downs.
Right.
But
Until it
rolling
gets
now.
set, yeah.
Yep. Griffith swarmed
Oh, no.
and now taken down, and that's a mistake.
Yeah, you got to.
He's sacked. Officials stopping this here. CUW, I think, they're going to burn a timeout. They're first.
I'm shocked on that.
Jadon Lewis, an honorable mention, NAC pick a year ago with the takedown, the sack of Griffith.
That's a curious timeout. With 28 seconds, we still have another play to run, and unless they think they can block the punt or something, but we were in trouble there because we would have had to get to the line of scrimmage, get our play, get to the line of scrimmage, and snap it all the while the clock is running. So we'll see how this turns out.
First sack of the season for Jadon Lewis. It's going to be 2nd and 10. There's 28 seconds left on the clock. And again, halftime is only going to be 5 minutes in length because of not one but 2 long lightning delays that actually happened in this second quarter.
This has been an action-packed football game. I mean, first of all, there are more possessions than I've ever seen in the first quarter.
8 combined.
8 in the first quarter. And then it's been, like pinballs, things going around here.
All 33 points total in this second quarter, and those 2 weather delays as well. Hygis is in the backfield, and he'll catch this one out of the backfield. And he'll dart his way up. Falcons going to call another timeout. Amari Waldron undercutting Liam Hygis. 20 on the clock, 20 seconds remaining in the half.
I am guessing that they are absolutely pinning their ears back on this punt return and try to get a block on it. Otherwise, the way Mears has been punting it, they're likely going to get the ball on the 10-yard line with 13 seconds left.
Falcons have one timeout remaining. Greg Eder and company on the far sidelines. Tresky and company on the near side. This for the, sorry, Coach, I was going to say this for the Warriors and Falcons. 25th meeting ever. CUW 16-8. They lead the all-time series. This is also a trophy game, as they like to call it in college football. The Luther Cup up for grabs. That wasn't instituted until 2008, and it's 9-8 Concordia in that sub-series of the larger set.
Yep. What I was going to say is that, you know, we've talked about it in previous broadcasts, but we have a new long snapper. So, okay. Nate Griffith is out there. All right.
Third down and 20.
Yep.
Falcons will look to burn their final timeout after this play with Kohler in motion and a draw play to Hygis, and he loses about 3 or 4 yards and took only 3 seconds off the clock. And the decision by Greg Eder to use these timeouts as he has is going to pay off. They're going to have an opportunity here, if not more, as it was Sellers on the stop, and that stopped the clock.
Well, and the best part of it for Concordia is there's no sense going into halftime with timeouts. You can't use them in the second half, so they're going to give it everything they got here. We're on a tight punt formation. Mears has moved himself up a couple of yards.
Pressure is on. The rush coming from those Falcons, and Drew gets it away. Kroll's going to let it hit. It checks up at around the 15, and Drew Mears has done it again at the 10-yard line with 5 seconds to go. The strategy for Eder was good. Everything worked his way until Drew Mears does Drew Mears things.
Yep, and boy, you talk about a consistent punter. He really has not had this year a poor punt. His punts have done what they wanted him to do, and that one checked up like a pitch under the green. That was really a nice punt.
Wide receiver, and for my money, the best punter in the NAC, number 16, in a black uniform here tonight. So 5 seconds left. Looks like the Falcons will take the knee, and the longest second quarter in the history of this sport will come to an end. And after nothing through 15 minutes, 20-13 is the score after the second quarter. So the Warriors have a 7-point lead. Coach, it was a rather eventful second quarter. We'll get your thoughts when we come back. 5-minute halftime, but we'll step aside from Robbie.
When it comes to electrical work for your home, don't settle for fine. You deserve the best with Best Electric. From replacing an outlet to large-scale renovations and everything in between, there's no job too big or too small. And Best Electric offers upfront estimates and financing options. We're a family business that's been taking care of your family for over 50 years. Mention this ad and receive a complimentary electrical safety inspection with any service call. So don't settle for fine. Connect with the best. Best Electric.
7-point Warriors lead. Wayne Chevy's with the coach, Eric Tresky. Wayne?
So we're going to go fast. First of all, on defense, hadn't been generating many turnovers in the first 2 games, got 3. Talk about the D.
That's so exciting, man. It shows that guys know that their film prep is paying off. they're getting themselves in a position, and we're finishing. We dropped 3 picks last week, so it's great to see us make that happen today.
Obviously, on offense, it's pretty nice to give the ball to Liam Hygis, but what are you seeing? Because he's had a couple of runs on the outside. Are they in a defensive alignment that sets up well for you?
There's some things structurally that we're getting, and then honestly just our boys up front doing a great job. Our tight ends as well. It's an underrated thing, right? Tight ends don't always get the glory either. They're a part of that lineman unit, and they're doing a phenomenal job blocking.
And then there's this guy named Drew Mears.
How about that? That was a terrible play call. Thank you, Drew. You bailed me out. You made us look good, and we're in a good spot. But we got to finish because it's a good back and forth ball game, like you expected. So got to finish strong.
It's going to be fast.
Yep.
Play well. Good luck.
Thank you, brother. Yep.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Wayne. Thanks, Coach. You appreciate the candor of Eric Tresky right there. Good special teams can bail you out, and that's complimentary football. And the Warriors certainly have played that. 20 points there in that second quarter. They're getting it done with 3 takeaways, including a couple of picks by Connor Martin. Dennis, it has been a tale of 2 quarters already.
It really has, both in terms of just pace of play and all the action that occurred in the second quarter. But that second quarter, our defense, in my opinion at least, really came alive and started to do some really good things. And the turnovers are a big deal. And, again, they're contagious. Kids get excited about it. And certainly offense does, because it puts you in a position that, you didn't have to work for as hard as going 80 yards.
7-point lead for Wisconsin Lutheran College. This is the conference opener for both these teams. Warriors trying to do what they did last year. They won a couple of conference games to start the slate, trying to go 1-0 and having to endure the elements as the Warriors, again, just a quick short halftime with all those delays. Let's try to catch up a little bit here, and a lot of this is going to be the second quarter, quite candidly. 20-13 is our score. Connor Martin, a couple of picks. This was the first of his 2 in that opening half.
Yeah, he's just a fine center fielder.
And the Warriors with Liam Hygis, one of his longest runs of that opening half. In fact, it was his longest run of that opening half.
There Nate Griffith goes, and again, his speed is, because I didn't know it, it's surprising. That was a very, very good run.
But 2 plays later, thanks to Ashar Thomas's run, Roman Funk.
Yeah, that dart right there, that was one of the highlights of the game so far. That was well thrown.
Able to connect with Jack Bradley for 52 yards. This is the second takeaway on the muffed punt. It set up the Warriors at the 20-yard line. Liam Hygis bouncing it to the outside. A little extra burst there at the end.
Yep,
and then a somersault to get into the end zone. This, a great play by Roman Funk. He was able to find Jacob Pugh. This was a 3rd down conversion, remember?
Right.
And then Pugh takes it 54 yards. That's the only catch out of the backfield for Jacob Pugh, but he paid it off, certainly. And then, speaking of paying it off, Nick Kroll, the catch, and a beautiful little toss, soft touch.
Really was. And then this is just Liam Hygis breaking a couple of tackles, strong run, getting in, and then this extra point is, like I said, end of season highlight reel. That's big time.
So there you have it. Don't want to short Connor Martin. There's the second interception.
Yeah,
2.
He had time to sit back there and go, oh, good, I got my second one, because that was in the air a while.
There we go. We are just a couple of moments away from starting the second half. Let me just toss some numbers your way here. As Concordia has outgained the Warriors overall 207 yards to 168 yards. But the Warriors doing it on the ground with 140. Meanwhile, Concordia with 141 through the air. So the Warriors on the ground and Concordia through the passing game. Those 3 takeaways, a big number. Warriors 5 out of 10 on 3rd downs as well. And they're 2 for 2 in the red zone. They've got 6 quarters of football played at home this year, Dennis, and they have capitalized on every red zone opportunity in their now 1.5 home games.
Yeah, that's amazing. And the 5 out of 10 on 3rd down conversions, when I was coaching, our goal was to get 40% is what we were looking for. So if you're in the 50% range because, yeah, some of them might be 3rd and 2, but others might be 3rd and 10, and to be able to convert on that many, boy, that sustained drives and keeps things going.
To that point, Warriors 44% on 3rd down through the first 2 ball games of the season.
That's really good.
Home game and a road game, obviously. Warriors will be at home next Saturday. Traditional start, 1 p.m. Central kickoff. Our broadcast time will be 12:30 on My24 and
now, based on
WLCSports.com.
Traditional start's important, but do you think it'll be a traditional length of game, or who knows?
After today, after tonight, I don't even know what that means anymore.
Yeah. If you had dinner plans, you had to cancel them because you're not getting there.
You know a good late-night kitchen in southeastern Wisconsin in the Milwaukee County area? Let me know.
I think a frozen pizza at home in the oven sounds pretty good right about now.
Pat Miles reminds us, because this thing started, 3 hours ago, that the Warriors won that opening toss and deferred to the second half, where Kohler and McKinney, along with Dakota Hayes, are all back there, but the deep man is Carson Kohler. Dunn Sporting Goods kickoff here coming by the Concordia, Wisconsin Falcons. 20-13, the Warriors.
And we're kind of lining up as a kickoff return unit, expecting a shorter kick. So we'll see how this pans out. I don't think the weather or anything is affecting any part of that right now.
Thumbs up, here we go. Longest second quarter of our lives, shortest halftime of our lives. And Carson Kohler to begin the third with a head of steam and spinning his way and then walled up and pushed back shy of the 40. But again, he does his job as he'll put the Warriors in pretty good field position. We'll give you the numbers here for Wisconsin Lutheran's offense. As I said, they tallied 168 yards, 28 on the through the air, 140 on the ground, as Nate Griffith getting his first start of 2025, 10 out of 15, 28 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Liam Hygis, 14 carries, 91 on the ground and 2 scores. He also leads this team with 4 receptions. And Nate Griffith out of the shotgun. Jamil Gordon makes the first man miss, lost his helmet, kept the football, and he'll have to come out after losing his helmet. Ben Birch on the hit that knocked the helmet off. Logan Hartman had a part of it as well.
I'm just so impressed with Nate Griffith right now. I mean, that ball's coming out fast, but he's showing so much poise back there. He looks like a very confident quarterback right now. There's this little bunch set to the sideline. One-on-one on top.
Hygis almost lost the football there. No surprise, it was Sellers who got in there first. And almost a one-arm takedown of Liam Hygis. And my gosh, I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
Yeah,
but Sellers is one
strong.
that can do it.
And Liam at 220 pounds.
The right arm.
Yeah, right there.
On the hip to slow him up, basically, before Ireland came in to finish him off. Couple-yard gain. First of 3 straight home games for Wisconsin Lutheran. They'll be home for a month when you factor in a bye week. And Griffith.
Great job.
Smart decision. It's a little thing, but it looms
job.
large.
Yep, it does. The last time that pretty much same play occurred, it was kind of thrown up for grabs, and we got lucky not having it intercepted. But that was a good play.
So Greg Etter's got to be pretty happy right there with the Warriors up by 7. Able to force a punt on Wisconsin Lutheran's first possession after halftime. Leonard and Kroll are back. Leonard signals for a fair catch. He's going to let it bounce. And another favorable bounce by Drew Mears with a penalty flag Back around the 32. A Falcon and a Warrior got tangled up.
I didn't see that. I was watching the ball. Usually this is, again, on the receiving team.
During the kick, holding, number 13. That foul is penalized half the distance to the goal from the end of the kick. First down.
Kevin Lunds with a takedown, and that's a hold. And now Steve Donovan, defensive coordinator, with his defense set up to do something special here.
Yeah,
Falcons are starting inside their own 5.
This would be one of those times to really buck up and keep them down on this end, give us a short field.
By far the Falcons' worst starting field position. It's at the 4, their own 4. Pugh in at tailback. He's got it. He's going to give them a little breathing space here as he's out near the 10, maybe the 11-yard line on a gain of maybe 7. There's an injured Warrior. Elke on the stop. And the training staff out there to check on the injured Warrior.
Noah Ross out of Woodbury.
That defense for the Warriors has been so stricken by injury, and we're only 2.5 games into the season.
That's
Loss
a good
is up.
sign. Yep.
You hold your breath
You
for
do.
every injury,
Yep.
but when you factor in again, it was a painful loss last weekend at Buena Vista, just for the fact of how the game played out. But when you factor in the injuries and the loss of some key personnel up front defensively, it really stung.
Yeah, it did. And they started accumulating after a while.
Back to Pugh on 2nd and 3.
He's a nice little runner as well, following his blocks and, kind of the in and out running style. He does a nice job.
Handwork gets his name called. Korb as well. Korb with that club on his right hand. Colored black for this one to match the uniform. It was white when they wore the white uniforms.
Yeah, it was.
1st and 10. Best electric service first down for the Falcons and Pugh. Now Roman Funk throws. Coming back, Bradley to make the catch, and then he's swarmed under. Handwork was there. So was Namutenda, and Elke at 2. 3 Warriors swarming Bradley.
Funk has such good arm strength that if you give him that one-on-one back there, he's going to win a lot of those battles.
From the 27-yard line. Shotgun snap. Funk throws near sideline. Kroll made it. He's a good one. Just a junior from Vegas. Sam Elke there in coverage. But again, that connection from Roman Funk to Nick Kroll has been a pretty successful one. They've targeted him now 4 times. Make it 5 times. He's got 4 catches.
You get the sense that it was very nicely caught. You get the sense that they're feeling like the passing game is a direction they may want to go in this second half.
2nd down and 5. Pulls it back from Thomas. Throws. Catches made. Leonard breaking tackles. Down the sideline. Steps out of another tackle attempt and takes it to the house. 68-yard touchdown. Sponsored by Sit Means Sit. And the Falcons are a PAT away from tying this ballgame. Another big play out of the passing game for the visitors.
And again, another fine catch because the coverage on that wasn't too bad, but Little gate formation here to see how we're going to line up.
That is a 96-yard touchdown drive. Remember that for Concordia. Started at their own 4. Here's Cole Martin on to try and tie it with a point after. And he's done it. 5 plays, 96 yards. With 3:57. Check it, 2:21 off the clock. (2020) at 11:08 of the third.
Yeah, that was that offensive drive. Again, it seemed like, it felt like they were feeling very, very confident with the passing game. And they showed a couple of different looks. And Funk's got a strong enough arm that he really can truly use the entire width of the field. A lot of quarterbacks can't, but he can. And we're going to have to maybe tighten up coverage and somehow get him off his dime, because if he's able to just sit back and throw, his arm strength is going to get the ball where it needs to be.
Funk has a 68-yard pass, a 52-yard pass, and a 54-yard completion in this game. He's thrown for 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, and his last touchdown ties us at 20. Dunn Sporting Goods kickoff here from south to north. Kohler from the 15. He's been so good in this department tonight. Out near the 36, 21-yard return for the sophomore. Bear White, the freshman, stop for the CUW special teams.
I love how Carson returns the kicks, because that was a sideline return set up, and it didn't look like there was much, but he had confidence that the blocks were going to get there, and he just took it to the sideline and really got as much out of that one as he could.
Okay. Punch, counter punch. Warriors move here. Hygis hitting the backfield. Will not be denied. About 1.5 yards. Looked like he might lose 1.5 yards. He ends up gaining 1.5 yards. He's closing in on a 100-yard rushing evening. Junior Devin Glowicki.
There wasn't much there. He got everything that was available.
Seems like the Falcons, late second quarter, now early third, doing a little bit better job getting in the backfield, getting an arm or a hand or some sort of contact on Liam.
It really does.
Trying to string it outside. Now cuts it upfield, lowers his shoulder, lowers his helmet, actually.
Yeah, that looked helmet to helmet almost. I wouldn't say a penalty necessarily, but.
Going to bring up 3rd and short for the reigning NAC freshman of the year.
This is probably a big play coming up. Just to maybe stop the bleeding a little bit and give our defense a rest.
5 out of 11 on 3rd downs. 3rd and 1. Looking over to the near sidelines, that's where Eric Tresky sends in the play call as the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Griffith. This is Carson Kohler patiently trying to find something. He's stood up and he's stopped shy of the marker. No gain for Kohler, and no surprise that Sellers was the first one there. Again, big number 96. He is one of the best linemen, defensive linemen in this Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference, and the Warriors are lined up to go for it here on 4th and 1. Their first 4th down attempt, it would appear, in this ball game.
And we got a guy lined up offside.
Kohler in motion. Straight ahead, and it's not going to be enough. Not nearly enough. And the Falcons take over. There isn't a penalty flag, so if the Warriors were offsides.
No, they were offside.
Or if the Falcons were offsides, got away with it.
Yeah, they did.
We'll take another look. Hygis, and they've been better again against Liam Hygis.
Yeah, they have. They blew that up right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll tend to the injured Warrior, and we remind you that whether business or pleasure brings you to the Milwaukee area, Sonesta Milwaukee West Wauwatosa offers an experience for all. The hotel is just minutes from the interstate, a quick drive from downtown, and provides an abundance of complimentary parking. Tasteful guest rooms provide a home away from home. Over 6,000 square feet of meeting space ready to be transformed for your unique gathering. Staying at Sonesta means a short jaunt to AmFam Field, Milwaukee County Zoo, State Fair Park even, Robbie Stadium. Sonesta Milwaukee West Wauwatosa, the home of the Warriors' annual Hall of Fame ceremony, where we were last night. Let's go down to the field and check in with our sideline reporter, Wayne Chevy.
Yeah, Scott, after that last touchdown, I went down listening to the defensive huddles. Coach Steve Donovan just pointed out they haven't been able to sustain drives against us. We just can't allow them the big plays. That's where they've gotten their long touchdowns. So it's about tightening it up, paying attention to the details, shutting them down, keeping them in long third down situations, and getting off the field.
To Wayne's point, that Funk has those 3 pass completions of 50 or more yards. 2 of the 3 have gone for touchdowns.
Oh, boy. Center.
Kevin Trevino being helped off.
Those are rough injuries because you got a new snapper now with playing in out of the shotgun. And
they will have a little time, though, to work that new snap operation because the Falcons stopping the Warriors on 4th down and now take over with under 9 to go in the third. After tying it at 20, now Concordia looks to play from the front. Blitz is on, and the throw is incomplete. It skipped off the turf looking for Cameron Pierre, and he couldn't make the play.
And we're probably pretty fortunate that skipped because he had a nice situation out there with the blocker ahead of him and a lot of open grass.
Concordia, Wisconsin with over 300 yards of total offense as we play early third. Bashar Thomas going nowhere. Korb was there. Nevad was there.
That was a real nice gang tackle and puts us in a good spot, 3rd and 9. And if we can keep them at a 3rd and, or if we can do a great job on this, they won't be inclined to go for it on 4th down.
Chris Korb with that club, the first man to meet him. So it's 3rd down and 9 from the 45-yard line. Roman Funk and company. Hit as he throws, he connects, but going the wrong way, and the Warriors deny on 3rd and long. Wisconsin Lutheran swarming.
They set up that little slip screen that, you know, those are great plays if they work, but they blow up in your face if they don't work.
Jalen Pereira, number 42, the sophomore from Milwaukee. Martin Luther High School
here
grad.
We go, a little different formation.
On and punt formation. Interesting alignment, as you say, Coach. Punt is away by Machonsky, angles it to the far side and kicks it out of bounds. Well, if you go back, I was just going to say, Dennis, if you go back to what Wayne Chevy said in that last sideline report after kind of putting his ear into the defensive huddle by Steve Donovan, he said, we got to bow up. They can't manufacture long drives, it's big plays.
Yep.
Well, right there, the Warriors didn't allow a big play, and lo and behold, they forced the punt.
Perfect example. Yeah, we did a great job on 1st down and 2nd down, and that 3rd down we had every opportunity to close it out for them.
So 1st and 10 from the 30. Liam Hygis bouncing it outside. First down for Liam. Penalty flag comes in. Hold everything. After this penalty, I'm going to give you a little bit of good news.
Holding. On the offense, number 18, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
That Warriors penalty is against Jamil Gordon. Okay, I'm going to give you some good news here. Kevin Trevino is back out there.
That is good news.
So he starts this drive back at center after having been helped off on that 4th down play, and he's back out there. They need that, and they need him.
Yeah, he's a good player.
1st and 15. And again, the Falcons getting into the offensive backfield, and in that instance, pushing Liam Hygis back. Forward progress might be enough to get to the line of scrimmage, but it'll be 2nd down and long, 2nd down and 15.
And what they're doing right now is they're penetrating the line of scrimmage, so they're meeting him a couple yards in the backfield, which makes it really difficult to get anything going as a running back.
20-20, 6:30 to go. Hygis with 104 on the ground, 2 touchdowns. Hard yards being earned by Liam Hygis. Griffith to throw. Far side, and he's picked. First turnover by the Warriors.
That was probably going to the well one too many times, because similar route combination to the ones where they've really had some great success gaining first downs in that situation, but they had a guy over the top and a guy underneath, and the underneath guy intercepts it.
The underneath guy is Caden Huizinga, sophomore from Glendale, Arizona. So Griffith with an interception. As I said, it's the first turnover by the Warriors. They had been +3 in the turnover margin here tonight. 1st and 10 at the 34 of the Warriors. Pugh wrapped up in the backfield and taken down, exploding off his block. Jalen Pereira. You go back to that last CUW drive, it was Pereira who snuffed them out on 3rd down, and he makes the big hit here on 1st down.
Yeah, he really showed great quickness. I mean, you talk about being in the backfield. He was deep in the backfield when that ball was handed off.
Again, just a sophomore, part of that deep and talented linebacking group. D'Angelo Amaya sprinting off to the bottom of your screen here after a loss of 3. Now Funk's going to hit Pugh out of the backfield. He will not. Try to anyway. Let him a little too far. And even if he makes the catch, Pereira's there again, number 42, having a great segment of the ball game right now.
A lot of good stuff there. That was a dime-looking coverage, meaning they had a lot of defensive backs in, and they had 1 defensive lineman in on that particular play.
So 3rd and long, 3rd and 13. Falcons are just 2 out of 7 on their 3rd down attempts so far in this ball game. Crowd trying to do their part. Press box shaking here. Camera shaking. Funk running. Taken under. Elke with an ankle tackle. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th and long.
That was a sweet tackle.
Sam Elke did not play college football last season. He's playing at a very high level here in his first year on the Warriors football team. He actually got a couple of yards, got about 6. So it's 4th down and 8 officially. They gave him 7. 4th and 8.
They're man coverage.
And Funk straight back in the pocket. Throws, batted down. It's Pereira again, number 42 for the Warriors. Having a heck of a second half, a heck of a 3rd quarter, and Warriors take over on downs.
What a great defensive series. You know, with the way the previous series had gone, the defense maybe was wondering, oh boy, what's going on? And right away, they switch it up, have a great series, and right now that is an excited bench right now on defense.
Jalen Pereira, a big reason why. His defensive coordinator, appreciative of it. Tied in the third. Back to work. Warrior offense, north to south here at historic Robbie Stadium. And Hydges trying to find something, and it's just hard work. Duncan Ireland will make it hard on a lot of guys.
Yeah, it really is. And again, that was the 3-by-1 formation, 3 to the wide side, 1 to the short side. And Concordia has made a nice adjustment so that we don't have one-on-one coverage on the back side. They got an interception the last time we tried that, and they were in good position that way to kind of take that away as well, which is probably what prompted him to hand it off.
Kohler in motion. Hydges trying to get the edge. And again, his speed, his strength gets him something when a lot of guys would get nothing. Max Michanski, the sophomore, to tackle him.
Yeah, that was a dead play if Liam Hydges isn't Liam Hydges.
There's some leverage there, too, to take that tight angle.
Yep.
3rd down and 4. They'll call it. Warriors get to the line. Then they look over with Eric Tresky at the end of the sidelines, giving out the signals, giving out the calls. Take the handoff, hit as he throws, and sacked back at the 30-yard line. Second sack of the night. This one credited to Max Michanski.
And that, you know, Greg Etter has been a great defensive coach over the years, and he had this double twist. And that was a double twist from the outside, both sides. Number 4 got home.
So on 3rd down, the pressure got to the Warriors quarterback, and Drew Mears on the punt. Fair caught by Kroll. With 2:35 to go in this third quarter, and we are deadlocked at 20. We had 33 combined points in the second quarter, as well as 2 lightning weather-related delays, tallying almost 2 hours. Third quarter here, the Falcons with a touchdown to tie it, and that's where we sit. By the way, that touchdown for the Falcons earlier in this frame, their first touchdown outside of the second quarter all season.
Ah, interesting stat.
Second quarter has been their quarter.
Yep.
Funk, 12 out of 22. Keeps it that time. Lewis for the Warriors on the stop. Funk, 12 out of 22. That again is about 55% completion rate. He's been effective with his feet, though, at some big times.
That was really nicely done in terms of the fake.
Just short, a 9-yard run for Funk. He's got a 15-yard scamper in this ball game, too. Thomas, 2nd and short, and they'll move the sticks. Didn't need a lot. Tackle on the play for the Warriors coming from 93 Nathan Prawley. From behind, but again on 2nd and short. Prawley did a good job to pull him back. And in the end, Ashar Thomas got the yardage. Best electric service first down for CUW. Thomas, 34 rushing yards. Takes the team lead in that category. Funk has 33, the quarterback. And he'll throw here, I think. Still on his feet with time, and he throws it into the Warriors' sidelines.
It was really well covered downfield. There was not anybody that had any space away from the defender.
So as we approach a minute to go here in this third quarter, 2nd down and 10 upcoming for the Concordia, Wisconsin Falcons. CUW, 3rd game of the season. All of them have been on the road in 3 different states, no less. Warriors playing, of their 3 games, their 2nd home competition. Pugh, the tailback. Pugh, the carry. Got out across the 45 and next to nothing after that. Prawley again to lead the defense.
He's having a nice game. He really crashed the end. And again, I think made contact deep into the backfield.
So 3rd and 8 as the clock continues to run here, waning moments of this third quarter. Falcons just 2 out of 8 on 3rd downs in this game. And again, this crowd stomping their feet on the grandstand. Funk flushed. Throws back against his body in traffic, and he connects with his man, Nick Kroll. That thing almost intercepted. Layson handwork. Finally taking Kroll down and out of bounds. My goodness. I think for a moment, Warriors thought they had an INT.
Yeah, Malik Gordon was in great spot. Really mistimed his jump. And otherwise, he's got an interception.
Best Electric Service 1st down takes us to the 4th. Well, this is the rivalry of rivalries in the NAC for Wisconsin Lutheran College. It's been a wild night. Weather delays. Scoreless first quarter with 8 combined possessions. And as we head to the 4th, we know nothing. It is tied at 20. I know it's getting late. We're going to have a good finish. Stick with us from Robbie Stadium.
At People's State Bank, the word of the day is nest egg. Okay, that's 2 words, but it shows how fast things add up when you deposit your money with us. From our Super Saver account that pays competitive interest to interest-bearing checking and CDs, the means to help you grow your savings is all here, along with perks like surcharge-free ATMs, 24/7 digital banking, and a handy, secure app that lets you bank right from your phone. Visit bankpeoples.com and get started today.
I've been playing this game since I was 6 years old. I'm grateful for every coach, teammate, and supporter who invested in me. From the first snap to now my final season in college, football taught me how to work hard, serve others, and the importance of protecting what matters. These lessons don't end on the field. They're the foundation of how I serve my clients today. As your trusted independent insurance advisor, I'm committed to providing great coverage, fair pricing, and service you can count on.
First play of this 4th quarter for Concordia, now working from north to south. Roman Funk to Pugh. Jacob Pugh broke a couple of tackles before he's finally taken down by Nathan Nevad. Sideline report, here's Wayne Chevy.
The ebbs and flows of this game obviously have been extreme. The weather has played a part in that. Nothing going on either offense in the first quarter. A lot of scoring in the second. Concordia obviously had the long play. Kind of interested in how this 4th quarter is going to play out. On offense, we need to tighten up on the inside of the interior line to get that running game going for the Warriors.
Yeah, Falcons have bowed up inside on Hygis. Nice fake by Funk. Throws! Intercepted! He was looking for Victor Watson Jr. Some miscommunication there, and it was picked off by Sam Elke. The sophomore from Kettle Moraine Lutheran has got himself his first collegiate interception.
Clearly a miscommunication between quarterback and receiver, because Funk has not made that mistake at all tonight. And he threw it to Elke, and that was a great play by Elke.
3rd pick from the junior quarterback. I mean, that was my miscommunication and then some probably. I mean, Watson Jr. wasn't even looking to catch the ball, it appeared. All right, that is the 4th takeaway by the Warriors. Third pick, it's a snap over the head of Griffith, and Hygis fortunate to fall on it out across the 15 near the 17-yard line.
That's a heads-up play by Liam Hygis. So oftentimes you scramble around trying to pick it up, just land on it. We'll go back to second down.
Nearly disaster for the Warriors after what they just did defensively. And again, I'll go back to it. We talked about just the lack of takeaways. Warriors only had one takeaway through their first 2 games this year, and again 4 in that department here this evening. Second down and 23. Just trying to get something going here. Put yourself in doable position as the quarterback keeps it himself.
Yeah, this is a long third down play.
Call it 3rd and 19.
You kind of have a decision what you're trying to accomplish here. Might be a very good down for a screen. Get people looking downfield and get your screen game going a little bit.
And in the back of your mind, on 3rd and 19, you think about the fact that you do have a great punter if it comes to that.
Exactly.
And that could be a game changer. Griff the throw near sidelines. It's a jump ball and it's out of bounds. Looking for Drew Mears.
I'm telling you, whether that's incomplete or not, Drew Mears has some great hands.
Number 98 for Concordia has to leave the game for one play due to his helmet coming off.
So the Warriors will punt, and we'll see Drew Mears.
You know, the last couple of snaps have been a little high, and I think that's throwing the timing off just a little bit.
Of note, on that drive right there, and we appreciate Wayne Chevy for messaging up that Simeon Zarling was in at center for the Warriors. Remember that first snap on that drive was over the head of Nate Griffith. We saw Trevino go out with an injury. He came back, but it was Zarling right there. Fair catch, straddling the 45. Trevor Cobo, the senior from Erie, Illinois.
You know, going back to the snapping, you know, when you're sitting on the sidelines watching it or in the stands, that looks like such an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing to do. You really have to work hard at it. And when you're not the starting center, you're not getting as many opportunities to do the snaps. So hopefully Zarling settles in and everything gets going fine after the next possession.
Tied here in what is the 18th playing of the Lutheran Bowl. Bouncing it outside as Ashar Thomas. Good decision. Well, at least for a moment. Korb again.
Yeah, there was nowhere to run there. There was nothing inside. He goes to the outside, and we had at least 2 defenders on the outside turning it back in.
Korb playing a good second half. We have called his name on several occasions. With that club on that right arm, you can always identify where Chris Korb is on the field because of that. Did not play in the first half after a personal foul penalty last week at Buena Vista. So he's fresh here in the second half, and he has shown it. Second down and 10 from the 45. Roman Funk on the run, out of bounds. Pereira escorted him to the sidelines. Talk about good second halves. Jalen Pereira, one of those guys, too.
Boy, no doubt. And my eyes immediately went to the backfield, the defensive backfield, when this play was developing. There is nothing downfield.
Pereira. Just a little tap as the quarterback was headed out. So it is 3rd down and 9. And they're 3 for 9.
Their big play receiver out here on the bottom of the screen, Bradley. Got to know where he's at. He's a good player.
He's got a 52-yard touchdown in this ball game. They go across the middle. He's got his man close to a first down. That catch coming from Cameron Pierre. And they convert. On 3rd and 9, they get 10. Elke on the stop.
You know, that's always such a good play. It's just a drag route by the receiver. Everybody else is going downfield. He's coming underneath everybody.
just barely gets the Best Electric Service first down. From the 45 of the Warriors now. CUW has entered the Warriors' territorial door. Penalty flag comes in. Sixth penalty against CUW.
Prior to the snap, full start, offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty, third down.
That's good to start 1st and 15. Get behind the chains a little bit.
Warriors personnel, D'Angelo Amaya. Part of that Warriors front. 3-man front. Actually, they just go with a 2-man down line here. A lot of what we saw a season ago for assistant coach Steve Donovan. Nice fake by Funk.
Ooh.
And he takes it inside the 45. Elke at the bottom of the pile. Remember, Sam Elke had 13 tackles last week at Buena Vista, and it feels like he's trending in double digits again tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say he's working on that right now, plus an interception.
Elke, who did not again play football for the Warriors last year, although he was a freshman, a student at WLC after a senior high school season plagued by some concussion problems. Took the year off and now contributing and healthy. And Funk throwing and catches made. Leonard and spun down by Elke.
Yeah, that was a nice dig route by the outside receiver. Came inside. We had some pressure on the outside. You'll see it come from top of the screen, which kind of left a pretty good throwing lane for him.
It's actually Namu Tenda who spun him down. Elke was just there kind of supervising things in that instance. Best Electric Service first down for the Falcons. Trying to break this deadlock with under 10 to go. Thomas on the carry. Short gain. Nevad, the tackle.
Our run defense has been very consistent throughout the night. We've done, other than a couple of plays where they've had, more than 2 or 3 yards, we've done a nice job on the run game.
Concordia with about 106 yards unofficially on the ground. Second down and 9. Funk pulls it back. Little dump-off pass dropped that time by the tight end Samuel Friederking. Haven't called Friederking's name. His number hasn't been called either in this game until there.
We're pretty fortunate that was a drop because they had that blocked up pretty well. There wasn't anybody real close to him.
Well, 3rd and 9. It was Funk to Leonard earlier on this drive, just a few plays ago. 3rd and 9 now from the 33-yard line. That linebacking core for the Warriors. They're right up there behind the line. They back off. Funk flushed, throws, penalty flag comes in. It's incomplete.
There's a lot of possibilities on this flag. It even looked like there could be a lineman downfield, but we'll see.
Miles and company, our officiating crew.
Pass interference, defense, number 10. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul, first down.
Seventh penalty against the Warriors. Nevad, the guilty party. Bashar Thomas straight ahead, just trying to keep the Warriors honest. Prawley into his arms, stopped him. It's a time-consuming drive here for Concordia.
Yeah,
Plenty
sure
of time
is.
left, obviously, but nevertheless, from the Falcons' perspective, boy, if you can't get some points out of this drive, it would be extremely disappointing.
Yeah, it really would. We need to kind of buck up here because they're closing in on field goal range no matter what.
New kicker this year after the standout Logan Navis transferred. Pugh the carry. Hops over the line.
Close, but didn't get it. Third down.
I think it was Malik Gordon that tripped him up there as he kind of hurdled the line. Gordon will leave on this play. 3rd down and 7. He got a couple. Beg your pardon. 3rd and 2. There we go. Shotgun. Funk pulls it back. Going deep. Undershot his man. No penalty flags. There was bracket coverage down there. Connor Martin and Sam Elke.
Yeah, that's not a penalty.
He's looking for Leonard.
Yep, not a penalty. Bring their kicker out. Nope, going for it.
Nothing for 1 in 4th downs. 2 for 9 on 4th down this season. 4th and 2 for the Falcons. Funk's going to throw, and he connects. Namu Tenda ripped him out of bounds. It all depends on the spot of the ball. Warriors appear to be celebrating here. There's some hesitation, and I believe they denied him. Namu Tenda denied the 1st down yards to gain. Well, we hope.
We hope.
Haven't had a measurement tonight.
No, we haven't. Boy, that was really well played by Namintendu.
I don't know that Pat Miles has made a gesture one way or the other, whether it's a 1st down or a 1st down Warriors. That was 4th and 2.
Yeah.
And the Warriors have indeed stopped him.
There we go.
Falcons
that was big.
Unable to convert.
6-7 minutes left, basically.
So the Wisconsin Lutheran offense in a tie game with 6:58 to go. Now can they have a sustained drive that ends with points? If so, they might win this game. That was Carson Kohler on that carry.
Yeah, this is a big drive because they got plenty of time. They got their timeouts.
And the 2-minute timeout.
And the 2-minute timeout. This, if they could piece something together, use some clock, all of a sudden the clock does come into play.
Kohler on that carry. He's got 3 attempts on the ground. Been great in the return game. Nate Griffith to throw. And out of the backfield, he connects with Kohler. Breaks out of 1 tackle. And near the 30-yard line. You monitor the center of that offensive line. Trevino back in at center, Dennis.
Yep, that was a nice little one-man screen out front. It was caught. It was blocked up well. Concordia rallied to the football, but nice little safe play.
Brings up a huge 3rd down and 4 for Nate Griffith and company. 5 for 14 in these situations this evening. We approach 5.5 to go. Fake the draw. He'll throw. He's got a man. It's Gordon. 1st down, Jameel Gordon. Best Electric Service 1st down on Jameel Gordon. His 4th catch of the night.
And we've been talking about Funk's arm. This is well thrown. That came out there quickly, well thrown, in a nice catchable spot.
That time, Nate Griffith showing off his arm. White on coverage for the Concordia Falcons as we go towards the 5-minute mark of this 4th quarter. Warriors scored all 20 of their points in the 2nd quarter. That's Kohler again. Have not seen Liam Hygis here in this series.
It's been tough going with the run game this second half. And I know, Coach Tresky talked to us early in the week that they certainly wanted to get Carson Kohler a few more touches, and he's getting his opportunity tonight.
Yeah, Concordia has really bowed up when it comes to the defense of Hygis. Liam with 97 yards, a couple of touchdowns, but right now it's his fellow sophomore Carson Kohler with Amack in motion. And Griff steps up, trying to get away, finds a safety valve in Carson Kohler near the 43-yard line. Max Mishansky, the linebacker, on the tackle of Carson Kohler.
Again, Concordia is really rallying well to the throws. I mean, they're harassing Griffith in the pocket, and he has to move off his spot. But when the ball is thrown, there are a lot of white shirts around there.
Warriors are hoping that this is the final drive of the game, and it leads to points. Griffith steps up. Now he's hit. Now he's ridden down. Loss of maybe one on the play. Big moment there. And Clayton Nichols, the sophomore defensive lineman, third sack of the night by the CUW defense.
Yeah, he didn't have any idea of backside. The guy was coming to his backside, and, he did a nice job on that. I'm just sitting up here thinking, based on how this game has gone, it just seems appropriate that it would be overtime.
Oh, see, you said it. You said it. Some may have thought it, but you said it. Under 3 to go. And Mears, another beauty.
Oh.
And it was touched, maybe a little prematurely there. Could have gotten a few more yards, perhaps. Anyway, Landon Bryant there for the Warriors on the special team spectrum.
Still a very good punt. Putting our defense in a very good spot, defending from their 15.
Drew Mears averaging 38 yards per punt.
I would have thought more, but that's the way it's evolved tonight. They've been all very good punts.
Now Concordia, Wisconsin, all 3 timeouts, the 2-minute timeout. Game that had not one but 2 weather delays, totaling nearly 2 hours, both coming in the second quarter. And we're tied at 2:50 of the fourth. And Funk will give it to Jacob Pugh, straight ahead. And there was Ross Pereira in there as well. I've called some of those young linebacker names here tonight, and they have played pretty well, I'd say.
Yeah, they really have. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Donovan does here in terms of how he's going to play this last 2.5 minutes.
Gordon comes in for Amaya. Warriors defense. Second down. Funk steps up, gets something on this one, and hits Bradley. And then Bradley out to the 40. 22-yard gain. Gordon on the stop.
Number 26 for Wisconsin Lutheran must leave the game for running play.
Another helmet. We've had a few helmets come off in this game. Best Electric Service, first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout of the second half. Warriors and Concordia, Wisconsin Falcons, they're tied at 20. 2-minute timeout sponsored by Today's Dentistry. We'll step aside and be back with the end of regulation.
All right, Tim, I got all your policies here. Okay, nice. But what if... Covered. Nice. But what if... All set. But what if... Tim, I customized your insurance so you wouldn't have to ask what if. It's simple human sense. Nice.
Ask Insurance Producers Network in southeastern Wisconsin if auto owners make sense for you.
The electrical system in your home may not be keeping up. If things aren't working like they're supposed to, don't wait until it's a catastrophe.
That's it.
We're calling Best Electric.
Best Electric can handle any residential job, big or small. All estimates are up front and even include financing options. Mention this ad and receive a complimentary electrical safety inspection with any service call. So don't settle for fine. Connect with the best. Best Electric.
Alongside the Hall of Famer Dennis Miller, Wayne Chevy, our sideline reporter, I am Scott Warris. A late night as we have hit the 10 o'clock hour in the Central Time Zone, and we have determined nothing. We're still tied. 2 minutes to go. Lutheran Bowl is
2 minutes.
Turning out to be a wild one.
It is. Big 2 minutes here.
Funk out of the shotgun formation. Both teams with 3 timeouts remaining. And Funk to throw over the middle's got a man. It's Bradley. Another Funk to Bradley connection. Bradley has been good in the long passing game department here. He takes it inside the 30 with 1:51 to go. Lewis in coverage for the Warriors. Best Electric service, first down.
And again, with all their timeouts, they've got everything going with them. They're not worried about the clock.
Thomas on the carry and ridden down for next to no gain. The Warrior tackler who gets up off the bottom is Chris Korb. To your point, Dennis, clock runs.
Clock runs. He's not worried about it. Again, he's got them all in his pocket at this point.
Remember, they got a new kicker this year. Special team player of the year in the NAC has transferred. Second down, throw near side, catch is made. That's Pierre.
Really nice coverage on that play.
Elke will get yet another tackle. We'll take another look at it here. On a little out route. Solid tackler.
Just solid tackler. Yeah.
Falcons take the timeout. While they talk it over, I remind you that Dunn Sporting Goods has been the leader in creating custom apparel in the Milwaukee area since 1982. They create T-shirts, team apparel, spirit wear, and more by screen printing, sublimation embroidery, and other innovative ways. It's a small family business, loves to create strong relationships with their customers that keep them coming back year after year. And with in-house screen printing and embroidery, they're able to keep prices low and turnarounds quick. Dunn Sporting Goods in West Allis, 43 years of creating outstanding apparel.
We may find out how their kicker is. Third down.
Nick Klein, the kicker, just 2 out of 5 on the season, a long of 38. It would be 38 yards from about this mark. But third down and 5. And this crowd, as late as it is, in full throat. Funk is going to go to the air, going to go to the end zone, and he completes it for a Falcons touchdown. Cameron Pierre on 3rd and 5 out of the timeout, and Greg Eder and company draw up a touchdown strike of 21 yards, and with 56 seconds remaining, the Falcons of Concordia, Wisconsin take a 6-point lead. Sit means sit sponsors this touchdown.
Yep, here we see it. Ball is thrown really in a nice spot. Kid makes a nice catch.
Malik Gordon was trying to get in there and strip it out, maybe rip it away. He could not. And here the PAT is up, and it's a 7-point game. What a battle this has been. Another chapter in this rivalry, which who knows when it'll be played again after next year. Let's take another look at this toss. Boy, it even looked like Gordon's left arm was in there with the ball and the two hands.
It had a chance.
By Pierre.
Pierre had the opportunity to get himself turned around fully so he could kind of gauge the ball coming in. Again, it was a well-thrown ball.
Well, Funk does have those 3 interceptions, but he now has 4 touchdown passes and 345 yards for Roman Funk. Junior quarterback from Horizon High School in Scottsdale, Arizona. Warriors down 7. Need a good return here, and Carson Kohler with the Dunn Sporting Goods kickoff coming. Carson Kohler, a good man to give it to you.
It is. And again, to remind everyone watching, we still have, there's 3 timeouts available and a minute. That's a lot of time to work your way down the field. But you need to get a touchdown. Field goals aren't going to do it for you.
Here's the kick, angling to the far side. Going to hit at the 15. It's not going to go out of bounds, so Kohler's going to pick it up. Now trying to make something happen. He can't. 4-yard return to the 19. Now late penalty flags come in as things getting a little chippy. Mason Stark, the freshman special teamer for CUW, on the stop.
Important penalty in terms of the field position.
Oof, to say the least.
Yep.
Waiting still here on Miles.
We're walking backwards. That's
After the play, personal foul, number 44, shoving the player off the pile. Penalize half the distance to the goal. First down.
Tywin McKinney called for that personal foul.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, it's already a long field, and then to have to start from the 10.
Well, the Falcons had a 96-yard touchdown drive earlier in this half. Now the Warriors with the football just inside their own 10, down 7, 50 seconds to go, and 3 timeouts. This would be memorable. Griffith to throw. Has time. Looking, completing this one to Bennett Reeder to the 25. First down. Remember, the clock stops on a first down with under 2 minutes to go. Now it's set back in motion. Beckner on the coverage. Griffith sacked inside the 15. Logan Dable with the biggest defensive play of the night for CUW. And now Tresky's going to have to burn one of those 3 timeouts here. 27 seconds left.
Yeah, he sure is. Dable did a wonderful job there. You know, wrapping him up. There was nothing going to go. Looked like we probably missed the block on that. And
he was working against Nate Nash. Second down. They've got it at 19 yards to go.
This becomes such a it's obviously a challenge, but in this situation, the Concordia defensive backs are going to be deep. Just keep everything in front of them. 27 seconds left. There's not much time, so you're going to have some sort of a miracle here to get it downfield, although I've seen it.
We mentioned the fact that Concordia, Wisconsin, after next season, after the 27-28 school year, will be leaving for the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin. That means this meeting tonight could very well be the last one for CUW at Robbie Stadium until who knows when.
Yep.
And they're trying to leave their mark in this series, in this game. Second down, 19. Empty backfield. Griffith looking for Kohler, and he dropped the ball. 23 seconds left. It'll be third down and 19. Huizinga in coverage. It's been Kohler in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, Liam Hyde's been on the sideline. He had a heavy workload early in the game, and I don't know if he's just taking a break or cramps or who knows what it is.
3 wide receivers there to the top. Reeder wide, Jamil Gordon in the middle. Kohler sent in motion. 3rd and 19. Griffith to throw. Kohler trying to make something happen. 25, stepped out of bounds right there. Here's the ball game. 15 seconds left. 4th down for the Warriors. And they need 10. They have to get just about to the 35-yard line, we'll say, maybe a couple inches short.
If it's a 1st down, they got to get up and clock it, or a timeout, actually, is what they're going to need.
4th and 10. Warriors 0 for 1 on 4th down in this game. And now Eric Trusky's going to take a timeout.
Second charge timeout of the half. Wisconsin Lutheran.
Well, the enormity of this play, you'd
bet.
love to keep the timeouts for
Yeah.
what might happen, but if you don't convert here, the game is over. So take the timeout, get it right, get the guys huddled around you, and that's what Trusky and company is doing.
Absolutely, and you know, I don't know what Coach Trusky's going to do here, but you always work on last-second plays, late game plays that are, you know, they're not normal plays. So we'll see what he's going to dial up here, but I think it's a wise use of a timeout because they get a chance to get everybody on the same page because you can't make that mistake now.
Next week, Warriors hosting Concordia Chicago. 1 o'clock Central kickoff from Robbie Stadium. We'll have it for you here on My24 and WLCSports.com. And a tip of the cap to everybody at My24, our My People creative production crew behind the scenes. Overtime and then some with our weather situation earlier tonight. Okay, 4th down and 10. Warriors need to convert. And even then, it'll be difficult after that, but that's the first step in this process. Griffith, flushed, reverses course, now steps up, now goes down. Penalty flags scatter the field. There's only 7 seconds left. Tell you what, Concordia, Wisconsin has been able to get in that backfield. They've been able to get to Griffith just enough tonight to make him uncomfortable, especially here in this second half.
Yeah, they have. Now, if this is a 15-yard penalty, that's going to put us in a territory on the field, if it's against Concordia, where we could get it into the end zone from this area. It's very possible that happens.
Defense, number 96, 15 yards.
It's on Sellers.
15 yards from the previous spot. 1st down.
All right, well, 7 seconds left. Watch 97, right hand in the grill, and a takedown, ripping the Warriors quarterback down. That was a well-warranted call. 7 seconds left. Warriors down 7.
Wisconsin Lutheran chose to start the clock on the snap.
60 yards away from a tying score. Griffith throws far side. It's off the fingertips of Mears, and there'll be 1 play left in this game.
They're kind of setting up the flea flicker there. Again, you look at the DBs, they're 30 yards downfield, or 40 maybe. This is a high hill to climb right now.
Final timeout by Tresky. Well, this is week 1 of the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference schedule. And Concordia, Wisconsin is 3 seconds away from making it a clean sweep by the visiting teams in week 1.
Yeah.
St. Norbert won at Concordia, Chicago, 59-28. Eureka winning at Rockford, 40-20. And the upset of upsets in the NAC, Benedictine goes into Aurora, beats the Spartans 36-35. It's the Aurora Spartans' first conference loss since October of 2018. They had won 46 consecutive NAC games before Benue beat them by 1 today. And now CUW trying to be the 4th road team to win.
A lot of people deep for Concordia. They're going to let Nate Griffith have the time to throw it. It's the last play of the game.
Deepest defenders 30 yards back from the line of scrimmage. Does Nate Griffith and the Warriors have a little magic? Final play. Toss, Mears, lateral back. This is Carson Kohler. He's got a head of steam. He laterals it to Reeder. Now it's loose. A lineman's got it. He'll shovel it to Amack. Amack with the play still alive. Jameel Gordon is going to lateral it back. That's behind him. This is Griffith. The quarterback's got it again. Good luck on the official scoring of this play. As Drew Mears is down the near sidelines, spins his way out of a tackle. Mears to the 20.
This is a heartbreaker for the Warriors.
So there was a penalty flag for an illegal forward pass. I didn't know if there was.